Hello, art students. You have the amazing opportunity to go see art live, which is incredible because this is not an opportunity that very many people have very often. But with this opportunity comes, unfortunately, great responsibility. But there are 3 rules, Russell's 3, that I'm going to give you to help make this a successful experience and something that you can always remember anytime you get to repeat this experience in your future life. So, rule number 1, no touching. Now, this seems really simple. Okay, Russ, I'm not going to go up and touch the artwork on the wall. But it can be easy to touch things that you didn't know about because you can't also lean against the wall. So be aware of the walls and other sculptures. Rule number 2, be aware of you. So artists like to create emotional responses in people, even if that emotional response is fear. So they will put small things, little things, right on the ground where you would walk in the purpose to kind of mess you up. So you have to be aware of you. So let me show you an example. This is not art. I just put a thing down on the floor. So like if I was walking and I was walking, I could walk right into this. So constantly be aware of you. Where is your person? Where are you walking? Are you looking at the ground? And are you looking up to make sure that you accidentally don't run into something, that costs all of the money. So, no touching and being aware of you. Rule number 3 is, the truth is, it's like we're still kids, right? So with kids comes the want to goof around or pick on our friend a little bit. All of that stops the minute you get near the artwork. You are essentially entering the most expensive store you have ever been in. There's probably a security guard walking around with your group, not to protect you, but to protect the art from you. You are also on camera all the time, even at the sculpture garden. There are sensors on the wall and in the art all the time. You cannot goof around with your friends. They will not allow you to be there if you might damage the artwork because the art might be worth more than you are going to make in your entire adult working career. And so therefore they'll say thanks, but no thanks. You are not good enough to stay here. And we would hate that, right? We would hate for your inability to control yourself to prevent you from, learning how the wealthy and the powerful act. So, knowing that we want to have futures where we can be wealthy and powerful people, we are going to, 1, not touch the art. 2, we're going to be aware of you. 3, we are not going to goof around with our friends because then, that's just not cool. Seriously not cool. So, but what are we going to do? We're going to question everything we see, whether we love it, whether we like it, whether we hate it. We get to have an opinion. We get to ask questions. We get to consider, is this art? How does it make me feel? And why is it worth so much money? All of those things we get to do, and that is so much fun because brain science says our brains respond differently to the world when we are looking at art than we are looking at anything else. Okay, well, what happens if unfortunately we break one of the Russell 3? That is not a life you want to lead. And I'll be honest with you, I've never ever had a student do that. They just step up to the plate, right? Just like if I were to send you into a really, really, really expensive store, you would just step up. Well, if you can't step up, here's what you're going to do. A, you're not going to be in that area anymore. It's not a Russ choice. It's the art people, the art center people, or the sculpture garden people will be no dice. So you will have to fill out an apology that goes to the art center director. You will also have to fill out an apology to the docent, the person that is in charge of you, that is volunteering their time so that you could have had a learning experience that you just messed up. You will also write an apology to the security guard who had to deal with you because you couldn't be in charge of you. You will write an apology to your teacher who is now embarrassed and having to deal with the consequences that you created. You will write an apology to Miss Russ because now she has to beg the Art Center to please not let this one student influence all future students at our school from getting to have this same opportunity. That's right. You will write 5 well thought out, well versed, well scripted apologies that are long and intensive. Because if you make this kind of choice, I never, ever, ever, ever want to think that you would repeat this choice. And quite honestly, I kind of hope these consequences make you think twice before you decide, I know what I'll do. I'll just pick at my friend a little bit because my brain's getting tired from looking at all this art. With that, we are going to have an awesome time, and we are not going to have any issues because we're going to remember the Russell 3. Enjoy your experience looking at art. Bye.